Hello Swatantra TV viewers. I am Mahima, welcoming you to our English bulletin with latest news, updates and analysis. Rahul Gandhi, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi on Wednesday dubbed the electoral bonds as the world's biggest extortion scheme and alleged that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is the champion of corruption. Addressing a joint press conference with Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav at Ghaziabad in Uttar Pradesh, the former Congress chief also said that there is a strong undercurrent in favor of the opposition India bloc and the BJP will be limited to 150 seats in the Lok Sabha polls. This election is an ideological one. On the one hand, there is the RSS and the BJP who are trying to end the constitution and the democratic system of the country, and on the other hand is the India bloc which is protecting and defending the constitution and the democratic system, Gandhi said. Gandhi said there are a few big issues in the Lok Sabha polls, such as unemployment and price rise, but the BJP is engaged in diverting attention from them. Sometimes the PM goes underwater in the ocean and sometimes he is on a seaplane but does not talk about issues, he alleged. Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav said that winds of change are blowing from western Uttar Pradesh and there will be an India bloc clean sweep from Ghaziabad to Ghazipur. He also urged people to ensure that their votes are not divided and asked them to guard their booths to ensure a wipe out of the BJP.
नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने पूरा का पूरा फोकस 22 लोगों पे किया है, 22-25 लोगों पे किया है। आज की सच्चाई है कि 22 लोगों के पास उतना धन है जितना 70 करोड़ लोगों के पास है। गरीबी का यह भी कारण है कि नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने सारा का सारा धन कॉन्सेंट्रेट कर दिया है, 20-25 लोगों को पकड़ा दिया है। और देखिए, ये जो हमारा मैनिफेस्टो है, ये जरूर कांग्रेस पार्टी का मैनिफेस्टो है, मगर इसमें जो आइडियाज हैं वो इंडिया गठबंधन उनकी आइडियोलॉजी के आइडियाज हैं। और अगर समाजवादी पार्टी का कोई सजेशन हो या किसी और भी इंडिया गठबंधन की पार्टी का सजेशन हो, उसको हम सब ऑन बोर्ड करेंगे। तो हमारा मतलब जॉइंटली काम होता है, हम बातचीत करके कंसल्ट करके काम करते हैं।
Amid intense speculation over whether he would contest the Lok Sabha polls from Uttar Pradesh Amethi, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi on Wednesday said he will follow whatever order he gets from his party. Gandhi made the remarks at a joint media conference here with Samajwadi Party (SP) chief Akhilesh Yadav. Asked whether he would contest from Amethi besides Wayanad, Gandhi said, "On Amethi, the party will decide. Whatever decision the party makes, he will abide by it." In the Congress party, these decisions are taken in the Central Election Committee meeting, he stressed. Polling will be held in Wayanad on 26 April while Amethi goes to polls on 20th May. We anticipated such actions from the current Congress government. Similar instances happened under the leadership of former CM KCRG, K. Chandrasekhar Rao, and now Revant Reddy ji is following in his footsteps, ignoring the Hindu festival and sentiments, Raja Singh said. Came with hope in 2014, trust in 2019 and guarantee in 2024, PM. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Wednesday asserted that he went to people with hope in 2014, trust in 2019 and guarantee in 2024. Addressing an election rally at Borkura ground at Nalbari in Assam, the Prime Minister said there is Modi's guarantee across the country and I am giving the guarantee of fulfilling all these guarantees. The Northeast is a witness to Modi's guarantee as the Congress had only given problems to the region but the BJP has made it a source of possibilities, the Prime Minister said. Congress fueled insurgency but Modi embraced people and brought peace in the region. What could not be achieved in 60 years of Congress rule, Modi achieved it in 10 years, he added. A new atmosphere is prevailing in the entire country in the wake of celebrations of the birth celebrations of Lord Ram in his own temple after 500 years, and this is a culmination of centuries of devotion and generations of sacrifice, he added. The Prime Minister said free ration will continue to be provided to all without discrimination for the next 5 years. Free treatment of up to 5 lakh rupees under Ayushman Bharat for people aged 70 and above will be also given so that it does not become a burden for the family.
साथियों, पहले राजनीतिक पार्टियां और सरकारों को नॉर्थ ईस्ट की याद तभी आती थी जब उन्हें आपके वोट चाहिए होते थे। कांग्रेस और इंडिया अलायंस की सरकार में नॉर्थ ईस्ट के लिए केवल एक ही पॉलिसी चलती थी, लूट ईस्ट पॉलिसी। आपको याद है ना, उनकी पॉलिसी थी लूट ईस्ट पॉलिसी। लेकिन 10 साल पहले मोदी ने कांग्रेस, कम्युनिस्टों के, इंडिया अलायंस वालों की लूट ईस्ट पॉलिसी को ताले लगा दिए, बंद कर दिया। अब देश लूट ईस्ट पॉलिसी को छोड़ करके एक्ट ईस्ट पॉलिसी पर काम कर रहा है। हम नॉर्थ ईस्ट के विकास के लिए दिन रात काम कर रहे हैं। मैं ऐसा पहला प्रधानमंत्री हूं जो पिछले 10 वर्षों में 50 से ज्यादा बार नॉर्थ ईस्ट आया हूं, जबकि कांग्रेस सरकार में कई मंत्रियों को ये भी पता नहीं होता था कि भारत के नक्शे में त्रिपुरा कहां पड़ता है।
Sri Rama Navami was celebrated with traditional fervor across Telangana on Wednesday. The highlight of Sri Rama Navami celebrations in the state was the Sri Sita Rama celestial wedding of Lord Ram and Sita in the temple town of Bhadrachalam on the banks of Godavari River. Deputy Chief Minister Mallu Bhatti Vikramarka, State Revenue Minister Pangulati Srinivas Reddy and other dignitaries attended the event. The Election Commission permitted the live telecast of Sri Rama Kalyanam subject to provisions of Model Code of Conduct for the Lok Sabha polls, official sources said on Tuesday. Sita Rama Kalyanam was also performed in a number of other temples across the state on the occasion of Sri Rama Navami. Devotees visited the temples to offer prayers on the occasion of the festival. The tradition in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh is to offer soaked moong dal and pankam, which is made of jaggery, pepper powder, cardamom powder and water. Meanwhile, organizations celebrating Rama Navami undertook Shobha Yatra in Hyderabad. BJP MLA from Goshamhal Raja Singh said last night that he received a letter from authorities rejecting permission to organize a Sri Ram Navami procession. The Supreme Court will hear on 7th May a plea filed by the Andhra Pradesh government challenging Andhra Pradesh High Court order granting regular bail to TDP chief N. Chandrababu Naidu in the Skill Development Corporation scam case. The petition came up for hearing on Tuesday before a bench of Justices Bela M. Trivedi and Pankaj Mithal, which noted the counsel for the state has said they have filed an interlocutory application in the matter. It observed the said application does not appear to be part of the record. The registry is directed to do the needful. List the application and the special leave petition on 7th May, the bench said in its order. Earlier, the Andhra Pradesh High Court had converted Naidu's 4-week interim medical bail, granted on 31st October last year, into absolute bail on 20th November last year and ordered his release considering his age-related ailments, non-flight risk and other reasons. Naidu was arrested on 9 September last year for allegedly misappropriating funds from the Andhra Pradesh State Skill Development Corporation when he was the chief minister in 2015, causing a purported loss of over 300 crore rupees to the state exchequer. Naidu has denied the allegations. Priyanka Gandhi holds roadshow in UP's Saharanpur. Hours before the campaigning for the first phase of Lok Sabha elections comes to an end, Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi on Wednesday held a roadshow Saharanpur Lok Sabha constituency in Uttar Pradesh in support of India Bloc candidate Imran Masood. The roadshow covered a distance of about 2 kilometers in areas with a sizable Muslim population. It started from the Jain Bagh area, passed through Raiwala, JBS Inter College, Kambo Bridge and ended at the Kutub Sher police station area. In a post on X, Gandhi said that she was overwhelmed by the love of the people of Saharanpur in Uttar Pradesh. This enthusiasm, this zeal and this passion is a sign of the coming change. People who are disappointed with unemployment and inflation are now beginning to see hope for change. This enthusiasm is a reflection of that hope. Clad in a pink sari riding atop an open vehicle with Imran Masood, Gandhi acknowledged the crowds present on both sides of the road with folded hands. She also waved at the crowds, which included women clad in burqas, and they waved in return. Besides the Congress tricolor flags and balloons, Samajwadi Party flags were also carried by an enthusiastic lot of supporters while walking with the Congress leader's vehicle and buntings adorning the sides.
रावण रथी विरथ रघुवीरा, इसका मतलब है रथ रावण के पास था, भगवान राम के पास नहीं था। सत्ता रावण के पास थी, भगवान राम के पास नहीं थी। सोने के महल में रावण रहते थे, भगवान राम वनवास में थे। भगवान राम लड़े, सत्य के लिए लड़े, और क्योंकि सत्य के लिए लड़े, सच्ची श्रद्धा के साथ लड़े, क्योंकि परोपकार था उनमें, क्योंकि उन्होंने हमेशा जनता को सर्वोपरि रखा, जनता की सेवा करी, इसीलिए आज भी हम भगवान राम को पूजते हैं। इस देश के सत्ता को कभी नहीं पूजा है, इस देश के हमेशा।
The Election Commission has ordered social media platform X to take down select posts of YSR Congress, AAP, N. Chandrababu Naidu and Bihar Deputy Chief Minister Samrat Chaudhary for violation of Model Code of Conduct, the microblogging site said on Tuesday. The orders were issued on 2nd April and 3rd April, and a follow-up email was sent by the poll panel on 10th April in which it cited a violation of the Voluntary Code of Ethics if X fails to remove the 4 posts reported to it. X said the Election Commission of India has issued takedown orders requiring the microblogging site to act on posts containing political speech shared from elected politicians, political parties and candidates for office. The poll panel found that the objectionable posts were in violation of the Model Code of Conduct that bars criticizing political parties based on any aspects of the private life of leaders or workers of other parties that are not connected with public activities or based on unverified allegations or distorted facts. X said the Election Commission of India has issued takedown orders requiring the microblogging site to act on posts containing political speech shared from elected politicians, political parties and candidates for office. X said the Election Commission of India has issued takedown orders requiring the microblogging site to act on posts containing political speech shared from elected politicians, political parties and candidates for office. The poll panel found that the objectionable posts were in violation of the Model Code of Conduct that bars criticizing political parties based on any aspects of the private life of leaders or workers of other parties that are not connected with public activities or based on unverified allegations or distorted facts. The Supreme Court will hear the cash for vote case on 18th April. The case related to the then MLC LV Stephenson being offered 50 lakh rupees cash for casting his vote in favour of Telugu Desam in the MLC elections. YSR Congress MLA Allah Ramakrishna filed a petition in the Supreme Court pleading for inclusion of TDP chief N. Chandrababu Naidu as an accused in the case. The sensational case was known as the Cash for Vote scam case in 2015. A video of phone call showing Naidu talking to LV Stephenson had gone viral then. Naidu is already facing the AP Skill Development, Amravati Inner Ring Road and AP Fibernet cases now. Ramakrishna Reddy submitted that the name of the TDP leader Naidu was repeatedly mentioned in the charge sheet filed by Telangana ACB in the special court and therefore his name must be included in this case. Andhra Pradesh Chief Electoral Officer Mukesh Kumar Meena on Wednesday directed the district election officers to be ready for the poll process as the notification will be issued on 18th April. Elections for the 175-member Assembly and 25 Lok Sabha seats in Andhra Pradesh are scheduled on 13th May. The election process will begin from Thursday. The notification for the AP Assembly elections will be released on 18th April and the Gazette notification will be released at 9 a.m. and the nominations will also begin on the same day. Similarly, the process of nominations for the fourth phase of Lok Sabha elections will also start from Thursday. 10 states including AP and Telangana will be held in the fourth phase. Nominations will be accepted from Thursday and the last date for nominations is 25th April. After examining the nominations on the 26th, the deadline for withdrawal of nominations is 29. Polling will be held on 13th May. The results will be declared on 4th June. As the process of nominations will start from tomorrow, it has been instructed that all kinds of surveys and predictions on the upcoming polls will be stopped. From tomorrow, no organization, no person shall disclose any survey related to the election, nor shall it be disclosed to the public. No pre-poll survey, no opinion poll survey, no item-wise survey or any survey shall not be disclosed. The Election Commission has allowed the release of the exit poll survey on 1st June. Adani Port workers strike hits Visakhapatnam steel plant. The ongoing protest by workers at Adani Gangavaram Port Ltd has dealt a significant blow to production at Rashtriya Ispat Nigam Limited, the corporate entity of Visakhapatnam steel plant. As to ships laden with imported coal remain stranded at the port, the steel plant faces a dire shortage of essential raw materials. For the past 5 days, workers at the port have been on strike, demanding the fulfillment of promises regarding employment conditions and wage increases along with social security measures. This standoff has paralyzed operations at the port, hindering the timely delivery of crucial resources to Vishakhapatnam Steel Plant. In response to the escalating crisis, both the RINL management and trade unions have issued an urgent appeal to the state government for intervention. They seek permission for a select group of RIN workers and a portion of the port workforce to facilitate the discharge of cargo from the stranded ships. Markets regulator SEBI has ordered the attachment of bank and share and demat holdings of Anugrah Stock and Broking to recover 1.22 crore rupees dues in a case related to violation of market norms. The recovery proceedings have been initiated against Anugrah Stock and Broking Private Limited after it failed to pay the 1.22 crore rupees, including interest, all costs and expenses, the Securities and Exchange Board of India said in the attachment order on Tuesday. In its notice, the markets watchdog asked all the banks, depositories and mutual funds not to allow any debit from accounts of Anugrah Stock and Broking. However, credits have been allowed. Further, the regulator has directed all banks to attach all accounts, including lockers, of the defaulters. In March 2021, SEBI passed an order and imposed a penalty of 90 lakh rupees on Anugrah Stock and Broking PVT Ltd for violations of market norms. SEBI found that Anugrah Stock and Broking, broker, had misused credit clients' funds to meet the obligations of debit balance clients, and the amount of misutilization ranged between 8.05 crore rupees and 118.77 crore rupees for the selected sample days. Silence hangs over the hillocks adjoining Hidur and Kalpar villages in Chhattisgarh's Kanker district, where 29 Naxalites were gunned down by security forces in an encounter. Hours after the biggest encounter ever in the state ended, bullet marks could be seen on the trees at the site on Wednesday. Bloodstains were also visible on the ground, which is covered by a thick carpet of fallen bamboo leaves. The route to the encounter site, mostly dirt roads or forest paths, was dug up at multiple locations. Naxalite posters appealing locals to boycott the Lok Sabha elections and crude memorials of slain Maoists could be seen nearby. To reach the area, considered as a stronghold of the North Bastar Division Committee of Naxalites, one has to cross the Kotri River, which runs dry in summer. The local administration has been trying to construct a bridge on the river for a long time, but the work did not make any progress as villagers are opposed to it, an official claimed. The encounter site is located more than 15 kilometers from Bechaghat on the tri-junction of Kanker and Narayanpur districts of Chhattisgarh and Gadchiroli in Maharashtra. Aitu, a villager, said he heard gunshots on Tuesday afternoon from a hill adjoining Kalpar village. He, however, was not willing to talk more. Thank you for watching Swatantra TV English Bulletin. For a complete and comprehensive English news bulletin, please do watch Swatantra TV. This is Mahima, signing off. Keep watching Swatantra TV.